Morning, folks. I figured I'd do a video on how I repaired this broken fan blade. And I will be doing a separate video on the entire fan. This is it's an old super box fan. I think in America they called these the Lasko something, I don't know. This has the D-shaped blade, and some of you might know that this is actually a pretty valuable blade. Valuable in the sense that these were better than the skinnier ones that we get these days, these big elephant ear things. They just produced a nicer sound, I guess, better white noise, and they also didn't need to spin as fast to produce the same amount of airflow. Not quite sure why they went away, probably expensive, or probably required probably a less efficient design, but whatever. Anyways, one thing about this is that the blade cracked while I was actually running this fan a while ago. The power cord in the back, it wasn't secured. There's a power cord back here. It wasn't secured very well, and it actually came out while the fan was running at full speed and got caught in the blade, and it broke it clean off. And there's no way in hell I'm getting a replacement for this anytime soon, so I had to do something about it. So here's what I did. I apologize for not taking the grill off to show this better, but I don't feel like it, so go fuck yourself. So what I did was I got one of these pin vices and these micro drill bits, like these ones that you would use to drill out carburetor jets or something. In fact, that's actually why I got this. I got this to drill out the jet in a Predator engine that was going out on us. But anyways, I got these drill bits to actually drill out the jet on a carburetor on a Predator engine that was going on a snowblower, and I needed it to run a little bit richer. The point is, I've got these tiny drill bits, and this isn't the exact one I used. I used a smaller one. Don't remember which size. It doesn't really matter. Just get one that is... Oh, right, by the way, you're going to need some galvanized steel wire. Actually, does it have to be galvanized? I don't think it matters. Whatever, this shit that you get at the Dollar Tree, right? And, there's a crack up there too, by the way, that I also patched up. So what I did was, I took one of these drill bits, and along the crack, I had drilled... You know what, I should probably draw this out. Give me a sec. Okay, so I couldn't find a new sticky note, so you're gonna have to deal with this disgusting one that I found on the floor. Anyways... so this is your fan blade, and that is the crack. So essentially what I did was I took the little pin vise and drill bit, and I drilled tiny little holes closely spaced together right around there. I have them farther away from the crack in this image just because that's where I accidentally drew them, so that's what you're gonna have to look at now. And oh, I did a bad job with that. But anyways, this is how I drilled the holes, and then I took galvanized steel wire, like that stuff there, and I stitched it in very carefully in a pattern like this. Very tightly to hold the pieces together. And then when it was all stitched up, I took some clear 2-part epoxy, and I took masking tape and masked off this area. Oh god, why did I draw that? Pretend this is masking tape. So I taped off these areas, basically anywhere where you don't want the epoxy. Because you don't want epoxy on random places on the blade. First of all, it'll look even worse than it's already going to look when you're done with this. And second of all, you want to try to keep the amount of epoxy that you have on the blade to a minimum, because you are going to throw off the balance of the blade, and we'll talk more about that later. But then essentially you cover the entire thing with epoxy, preferably the clear type because it looks cool when you're done. That way you can see the stitches. And then this is the end result. Now, oh god, focus, focus. This is the end result. It doesn't look like the greatest thing in the world, and it looked a lot cooler when it was new, but now it's covered in dust because it's been running for a few months, and I gotta clean it out again. And you can also see where I sanded the blade down a little bit before applying the epoxy to make sure it had something good to hang on to. Which I forgot to mention before, but you're probably still watching this, so remember that. And there's the back view of the blade. It got absolutely decimated when that cord hit it, and I just couldn't let this thing go. Because, well, I already built the frame, and I didn't want that to go to waste. And also, like I said, they don't really make these with this blade anymore. They're hard to get, and this has the Marco motor too. Again, I'll talk more about that in a separate video. That's a thing for another day. And here is the balancing thing that I was talking about. Well, actually, I haven't... Actually, wait. No, that doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, I painted the motor blue at some point, too. Just because I needed to paint it after cleaning up some... Why did I paint it, actually? I don't remember. I'm just making shit up at this point. Anyways, that is our stitching joint. And... because we added these stitches and this epoxy, that's weight. And that weight is going to throw off our balance. So here's what I did. I took some really strong Gorilla double-sided tape. And then oh my god, focus you bitch. See, I took some... I took a nut and a washer. And I took some double-sided tape, the strongest one that I had. And I... tape these down on the opposite side of the stitches. And what this does, it's not absolutely perfect, but it's pretty good. These fans weren't... why'd the flash go out? My phone battery's low. So, that balances it out pretty well. It wasn't perfectly balanced from the factory anyway, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, I think I did a better job than Lasko did. As you can see... no major vibrations. It's running on low speed right now. Put it on high. Pretty good. It's not shaking off the table or anything. As it should. So anyways, I hope this helps somebody who's accidentally broken their blade on like a vintage fan or something. Yeah, it'll never have the pristine, you know, showroom condition appearance that it did before you broke it. But you know what? It's better than throwing it away, right? Anyways, I hope that helps somebody. So I gotta mention that newer fan blades seem to be a lot more brittle than these older ones were. These older ones were pretty flexible. I'm actually surprised this one broke at all. So, because the newer blades are more brittle, I'm not sure if this trick will really work on them, but I don't know, give it a shot. I mean, what do you gotta lose? It's not like this epoxy was particularly expensive, and it's not like the galvanized wire was particularly expensive. So give it a shot. You might be surprised.